Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome back to your C++ tutorial series. What are we going to be doing in this video? Well, we're going to be working on our guessing game, and what we're going to do is we're going to store the best score in a file. So basically you can compete to get the answer in as fewest number of guesses as possible. Now, I don't really know what to call this. I don't know if it should be called the high score or the low score or the best score, so I don't know, it's just confusing, but basically the lower the score, the better. Now before we get started, you better check out our sponsor, Embarcadero Rad Studio. Rad Studio is the IDE of choice for C++ development. Quickly build native mobile and desktop applications from a single C++ codebase and deploy to Windows, Mac, iOS, and Android. With Rad Studio, user interface design has been made easy with hundreds of pre-built components for cross-platform development. You can easily integrate with popular source control management systems, databases, APIs, and you can make your life easier with numerous third-party extensions. Let Rad Studio do the heavy lifting when it comes to C++ development. Give it a go with a free trial by following the link in the description. Very first thing we're going to do is we're going to replace this array with a vector. I know we just switched it to this array, but we're going to switch it back because I prefer vectors. We were just getting some practice with arrays. So this is just take a minute. If you've already got it as a vector, you're good, but just follow along if you don't. So basically we're going to store our guesses in a vector, and then we don't need to put them in the vector like this. What we do is we say guesses.pushback, and we pass in the value, so guess right there. And we can get rid of that line there. Now, at the end of all of our code, we have this print array function. We can just pass in guesses. And it's not going to be called print array, it's going to be called print vector. Now let's go look at that function and change that up a little bit. So print array, that's going to become print vector. It's going to take a vector of type int. We'll call it vector. And we'll just get rid of this other parameter here, like that. Instead of comparing to size, we'll compare to vector.size method call. And instead of accessing the array like so, we're going to access the vector like so. Awesome. So that is all the refactoring I need to do to get that to a vector, but let me just compile just to make sure everything is good. All right, so the code compiled, so I think we're good. So we got everything refactored. Now what's gonna happen? Well, here's how things work currently. Inside of our play game, we're keeping track of the number of guesses using this count variable, but we actually need to increment this inside of the while loop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say count plus plus, and basically that's going to be used to keep track of the best score for this round. And then at the end, it's going to be compared to the total best score of all the rounds. Basically that's going to come from a file, and if it's better than that score, then it's going to replace that in the file. So what needs to happen? We need to read from the file and do a comparison. If the comparison evaluates to true, then we need to replace the best score value. So what we're going to do is we're going to go scroll down to the bottom, and at the very end of this, we're going to open a file. So this is going to be an input file stream, and we'll just call it input, and the file name, we'll just call it bestscore.txt. And we're actually going to create that file, so go over to your files, create a new file, call it bestscore.txt. And what we're going to do is we're just going to fill this with a large number. There's probably a more elegant way of doing this, but basically we're going to assume that the current best score is very terrible. All right, then let's go back into our code. We're going to get that number from the file. So what we're going to do is we're just going to say int best score and then get that from input like so. And we're eventually going to do a comparison and write to that file. So what we're going to do is we're going to open an output file stream. Now you can actually just use fstream and use that for writing and reading, but I'm more comfortable doing it this way. So whatever you guys want to do, if you want to know how to do it that way, look up fstream and see how to do that yourselves. So we'll call this output, and we're going to open that same file, bestscore.txt. Then we'll do a comparison and say if count, which is the variable we're using to keep track of how many guesses it takes us, is less than the best score, what we need to do is we need to replace that file. So to do that, we say output and then direct the value from count. Now, if this does not evaluate to true, it's just going to delete everything in the file. So what we need to do is we need to say else. And if the else is hit, what we're going to do is we're just going to output the best score. So basically replacing the file with what was already in it. All right, let's compile and we'll run and just give it some testing to make sure everything works the way it does so we can catch any bugs. So when we compile, we get 2 errors. I believe that's because we need to include fstream. Like that. Now let's try again. All right, it compiled. Let's give it a run. We play the game. Let's say we take a couple of tries. The answer is 12, so let's say it takes us a couple tries here. We get 12 eventually, and it says we win. Now inside of bestscore.txt, the new best score is 6. Now let's play again, but this time I want to get a worse score. So we'll play the game, guess a couple of times, and eventually we'll get the right answer. And you can see that the value inside of best score is not replaced. Now let's play once more, and this time we'll get a better score than 6. We'll just get it right away, 140, press enter, and you can see it is replaced with 1. So now we've got like the max score. It's kind of like when you're playing an arcade game and it goes to the high scores and it's just like 99999. That's the equivalent for this here. Now let's look to see if there's anything we can do to improve this. Let's go back to our code and scroll down here to the input and output. The first thing I can think of is that there might be a situation where it's unable to open these files. And there's a lot of different things you can do in that situation. The easiest is to just say, hey, you can't use this application. In other words, just return and go back to the main menu. Another alternative would be to write logic for it to try again. So maybe it tries reading from the file 3 to 5 times, maybe waiting a couple seconds in between, and so forth. There's a lot of different things you can do, but what we're going to do is just going to be the easiest. We're just going to return if it does not work. So what we can do is say input.isOpen, and this will return true if it does open, but we want to actually flip it. So we can put an exclamation mark at the beginning, and now it's asking if it does not open, then we can output an error. And then we can just return from this function. So that's going to break out of this play game, and it'll go back to the main menu. We can copy very similar code for the output. So we'll just paste that here. And instead of input, we're going to use output. So that's one thing you can do. And just to simulate this, what we're going to do is we're going to lock the file. So reveal in Finder, get info, and click locked. Now let's try again. Let's play this game, compile and run. And when we play the game, let's say we guess it right away, 151. You can see it says unable to read file, and it just exits. So it still allows us to play the game, but it doesn't allow us to compare our score to the best score. So that's just some basics working with I/O. A couple of other improvements you could try to do is you could figure out a better way to basically start. Originally we had 99999. That's not exactly the most beautiful way to start, but that's worked for us. Additionally, we had to create this bestscore.txt. So inside your code, you could create some logic and say, hey, if this is your first time playing this, in other words, if best score does not exist, then we're going to create it and we're going to basically automatically write whatever score you get to the bestscore.txt file. In that situation, you wouldn't have to worry about setting this artificially high number to compare to. You would just do the logic to write whatever you get to the file. That's going to be a little bit more complicated than what we have here, and that's probably what you'd want to do. Oh, so that was a lot, guys. Hopefully that was helpful. The reality of this is reading and writing to files can get pretty messy pretty quickly. So you need to try your best to make your code readable and scalable. So make sure your code is written in a way that you can come back in a year and still understand what's going on. You can also consider breaking out certain pieces of functionality into their own functions. That might make it a little easier to read through your code, and you can isolate functionality. So that might be a good next step for you guys as well. Let me know what you think would make this code better, because clearly this is not the end-all be-all solution.